Good evening, good evening. Let's give perfect praise another hand. That's one of those good things that you get when you come over this way, this part of the country. You know, homegrown people who can sing and play like that. First of all, good evening again. Certainly, I want to extend a good evening to all of our visitors from out of town, our citizens as well, who live here. Special greetings to the classmates who are celebrating 50 plus years out of high school, and of course their guests. And of course to our former teachers, certainly I want to extend a good evening to you, our friends, and of course to the Speaker of the Hour, Dr. Cudry. It is indeed a pleasure for me to extend heartfelt greetings to you on behalf of the citizens of Comfort. On a personal note, I've only been in this position for 3 months, so every time I get in front of an audience, I feel like I have to thank everybody. I want to make sure I thank them for what they've done. So on a personal note, I want to thank you for all the citizens of Comfort and wherever you're from, for all of the support that I received, certainly the local ones for your votes, and all of you who donated to the campaign, those who worked in the campaign, and just thank you for entrusting the position of mayor in my state. So I'm just thankful for that. There are many challenges that are before us, but working together we can solve any problems that lie before us. I hope that you're enjoying the reunion. Everybody's playing the guessing game to determine the number of names you can recall. They're in that head somewhere, but they're so far back. And then time has slowed down that mechanism where you recall the names. And just reminiscing over the old times, as that is what a reunion is for. This reunion is rather unique in that we have two classes together, the classes of 71 and of course 70. I was in the class of 70. And of course, both of us, our 50th reunions were waylaid by the pandemic. So it's kind of unique in that sense. We had started planning for ours in 2020, and of course pandemic came. We thought about it again in 2021. Of course, pandemic still resurfaced. So once the class of 71 started, I said, well, let's try this now and do it. So I'm just thankful for that. It's unique. And of course, and let me also thank the class of 71 for allowing us to celebrate with them. We certainly appreciate that. Now that many of you have retired, I'd like for you to return to your hometown. Here you will have an opportunity to give back to the place that gave you your start in life. And besides, at our age, you can be enjoyable just sitting around watching the grass grow. And the other thing that's good too, those of you who live in the larger towns, the big cities, that big city pension will go a lot further in comfort than it will where you are now. So I'm putting in a plug for you all to retire and come back here. We need your help, we need your input, and we want you to just come back. It's at that time. As I mentioned earlier, there are many goals that we've set. Of course, I'm not going to list the whole litany of goals that we have, but there are some that are pressing, and I just want to share them with you. The first one, our hospital closed during the height of the pandemic, October 2020. And of course, we lost 40 jobs, but more importantly than that, or worse than that, we lost our emergency room and we lost 2 physicians and a PA. And that's just devastating. A lot of people don't realize the impact that that has on the community, but it's devastating. Just to give you an example, we don't have a physician in Comfort, but there are 2 in Fort Gaines. Our vaccination rate is 48%. I think Fort Gaines is about 70%. So that's the difference that a physician in town can make. Now, we do have Care Connect Clinic. We do have a clinic. but their hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you have a medical emergency after 8 p.m., and you're left at the emergency of the EMTs or a family member who has dependable transportation to get you to either Eufaula or Albany. So that's what we have. And that's just not good. That's not good enough for us. We grew up with a hospital, and we need to work hard to get it reopened. Our hospital authority has been writing grants. They've submitted grants to either reopen that hospital or establish what they call a standalone facility, which would have a 24-hour emergency room. So that's what we're working on now, and of course the city is fully behind that, submitted a letter of support for that grant. The other one has to do with children. I'm a retired educator, so anytime there's something dealing with children, you know, I certainly take that to heart. Our swimming pool, which many of you, I'm sure many of you swam in it some years ago, it has been closed for about 6 or 7 years. So what do our kids do during the summer? I don't know, and that's not good. We are working now to reopen that swimming pool. We've signed contracts, and some of that work has already begun. So we are targeting, at least by June 1st, that we would have that swimming pool reopened so our kids can have something wholesome to do. The other thing is the water tower. As you know, the water tower that sits in the middle of US 82. I think we're maybe one of the only towns that has one, if not, there's not many, with a water tower sitting in the middle of a federal highway. Now, there's no water in it.
Thank you.
There's no water in it, because it hadn't been in it since about 1972. They shouldn't know that either. But now, we do have 3 other water towers. We have plenty of water. But the question was, should it be taken down or repainted? And once they get the numbers, it costs more to take it down than it does to paint it. So we're working with a nonprofit group to get the water tower repainted. And the city has donated $10,000 toward that effort. So that's what we want to do. And in terms of our communities, we're working to tear down some of the dilapidated houses and get our people to cut some of the lots that are overgrown and clear those out. Of course, once we tear down those houses and clear our lots, then the next thing would be to build some affordable houses for purchase or for rent. So that's our aim to help spruce up our town. And of course, there's several others we could go on and on, but since I had a longer speech, but I thought with greetings, I thought I was coming to the first of the program. I don't know I was coming up right after the meal. And that's always a tough spot. You either engaged or you back that nod. But anyway, we'll do that. I'll give you the short version tonight. But anyway, those are just some of the pressing issues that we face. But as I stated earlier, I'm confident that we can address those issues because our aim is very simple. Our aim is to leave this place a better place than it was when we got here. I'm open to suggestions. Just call City Hall if you got something you want to suggest. For the citizens of Cuthbert, if you got a problem, go ahead and call. I think everybody in town by now has my cell number. Just call, it's no problem. That's what I signed up for. So anyway, if you have suggestions about anything that you think would improve Cuthbert, I'm certainly willing to listen to that. And of course, again, we welcome you home. We hope that you enjoy your stay. And again, we extend warm greetings to you on behalf of the citizens of Cuthbert. Thank you.